Okay, looks like we're live. Wow. Live and in surround sound, no less. Let me grab a beer. As you can see, I've done a little bit more decorating. The cave's come together slowly but surely. And we have rebranded the channel. 2 drink minimum is apparently too difficult to find for anybody looking for my channel. So, as of today, we are renaming the channel to Blockbuster Underground due to my copious amounts of time spent behind the counter at your local convenient Blockbuster video store. Anyhow, the channel's not going to change too much in regards to content. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to start throwing in some random stories from back in the day that customers may not have known about. Famous people I ran into working there. Crazy stories about some nutso customers and some crazy shit that went down across the board. We're talking, I worked in, let's see, not counting bouncing around between district, 3 different locations for Blockbuster, once in 1990, 91, again in 99 to 2001. 91 was in Toronto, Yonge and Eglinton. 99 to 2000 was in St. Pete's Beach, Florida. Yeah, I'll get to that. And the last time was in Pickering from 2000, started early 2007, like February or March, and I left in June 2011, right before everything went to shit and they all got closed, which was, I think, September 2011. So yeah, I jumped ship a little bit earlier because, I don't know. I have my regrets about doing it. I feel like I bailed on my buddies, my friends, my family, my staff at the store, but had to do what I had to do anyway. Water under the bridge anyway. But so getting off track here. So it's going to be, part of the show is going to be about stories about Blockbuster. Anybody who's got stories, chime in. I've got a ton on the side here, and probably more to come. I still talk to a bunch of the people I used to work with back in those days, and we still laugh about some of the shit that went down. One thing, for example, August. Those who were there will know what I meant. I'll maybe get to that story at some point. I want to be kind of, I want to be not choosy about the stories, but I don't want to offend anybody because some of them would be probably deemed pretty offensive, even for, my sense of humor. But like I said, I'll see what I can do along the way. But we are still going to be talking about movie releases, movie reviews, game news. What else? A whole bunch of stuff. So let's start off with, because I got a list put together the other day of all the movies going to theaters that are now getting bumped again. But it's kind of all over the place because some movies have scrambled from the current release dates coming up, mainly for like January, February, March right now are the main 3 months, because right now, fuck knows when anyone's going to get this vaccine. Who knows when or how long it's going to take for the theaters to get reopened and be at full capacity. So we could be waiting a while. But there was a mass exodus for some early dates. And let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, you probably read the story online where Netflix and Apple tried to buy Top Gun Maverick off of Paramount to put on streaming. Apparently that was a no-go. Paramount is not budging on moving this movie to streaming or anything else, anything like that. They are planning full theatrical release. Right now, if things stand as they are and theaters are open, Top Gun Maverick has a choice release date of July 2nd of this year, which would be just in time for the Labor Day long weekend down there, 4th of July. Those Americans, they love their military ships. That movie could make a shit ton of money in a big way if it gets a good theatrical release. That's most likely the reason why Paramount said, no, we're not doing streaming on this. they've also invested $150 million plus into the production of this movie, and it's Tom Cruise, who's their darling sweetheart with all the Mission Impossible movies that bring in a whole bunch of money for them, and they don't want that cash cow to go wandering out to pasture. So yeah, I can see exactly why they did it. I don't blame them. They said if they've got to bump it again, they're willing to do it. I was watching, what was it, Campia the other day, and he was saying, you know, we've waited 20 plus freaking years for the sequel already. What's another 6-8 months, maybe another year? Who knows? But this movie, I mean, I saw the original movie in theaters. Yes, I'm that old. 1986, I would have been about 13 years old when I went and saw that movie. And it was something on the big screen. With the big screen and the super surround sound and Kenny Loggins just blasting at you and stuff. I've heard he's actually doing another song for this one. Rumor has it. I'm not sure for 100%, but I've definitely heard they were talking about, let's get Kenny back and do something. I think it might have been a remix of Dangerous. I don't know. But either way, Top Gun not going to streaming, coming out as of now, which is June. Oh boy, COVID calendar. January 28th today. So Top Gun, July 2nd, they're saying. So we'll see what happens. Let's check that off the list. Yoink. One of the movies that did get moved was Quiet Place 2, which was supposed to be coming out sometime in March, I believe. That has scrambled its way back to September 17th, 2021 now, which, again, all these dates may very well still change. But as of today, that's where we're looking. Cruella is said to be going to Disney Plus, is what I've heard. That's probably going to wind up on streaming. Right now, it still has a tentative release date in theaters of May 28th of this year. Whether that sticks, again, we'll see. But of all the movies, other than that Raya and The Last Dragon, which has already been confirmed going to Disney Plus, that Cruella film would probably be the next closest thing I could see to Disney dropping on streaming and not in theaters. And yeah, we'll get to it. Death on the Nile, which was a Fox movie prior merger or assimilation by Disney. Sequel to Orient Express. God, one of those days. That as well, moving to September 17th, 2021, same day as Quiet Place 2. So that, I've heard that one too, they might think of sticking on streaming because they are getting the expansion in February where it's going to add all the Fox titles, all the adult content. And we're not talking the beaded curtain. No, they're not going that far. But there is a good bevy of stuff they're going to be putting on there. Like 24 is going to be on there, the TV show. I think it's on Netflix right now anyway, up here in Canada. But like the Die Hard movies, Deadpool, Aliens, the Predator movies, all that stuff is going to be available as well in the same app as Disney Plus, only as like, you know, where it says like Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar. There'll be like another one that's, I think they're going to call it Stars in the UK. I'm not sure what the branding is going to be up here, but either way, we're going to get some after hours content on the Disney app, which is probably going to help with subscriber base. And it's all about the streaming now. I tell you, it's all about the streaming. I should have started this channel probably 14 years ago. Yep. But that's a story for another day. Doctor Strange 2 is still slated for March 25th, 2022. It's like, damn it. How much further along is it's like Hot Toys figures. They preview it and it looks amazing. Comes out summer 23. What? That's 3 years away. Like, I mean, people would forget they ordered it. It'd be a nice surprise to get on your doorstep, though. Oh my God, I remember doing this. I must have been drunk. So yeah, Doctor Strange 2, March 25th, 2022. Apparently they're shooting right now, but they're on some restrictions because of the situation in England. But the whole premise is going to be that WandaVision is going to lead into Spider-Man, which is supposed to be coming out this Christmas. That's going to, yeah, so WandaVision into Spider-Man, which is going to lead into Doctor Strange 2. And Doctor Strange is apparently going to be Peter's new mentor in place of Tony Stark, who obviously died. Spoilers, sorry if you haven't seen Endgame. But yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. WandaVision so far is fantastic. I would get into a rant about that with theories I've thought up of and theories I've read online, but we'd be here all night. Dune's another weird one. Apparently they made a deal with Warner where they get a same day release. What wasn't that already the deal though? There's something they did with the whole day and date release on HBO Max where I think the studios turned around and I don't know if they shortened the window or what's happened, but they've made some deal with Warner regarding that because a lot of the studios are pissed when Warner pulled that move and was like, yeah, everything's going to go online at the same day it comes out in theaters. And most of the studios are like, what about our back end profits? Like, god damn. Let's see. Eternals, November 5th, 2021 for Eternals. So that's still staying where it's supposed to be staying for the time being. Whether it gets, I don't see it's a crapshoot with this entire year right now, the rate we're going. Could be delayed, might not be. Fast and the Furious 9 got moved to May 28th of this year. So they're still holding out hope. Ghostbusters Afterlife got moved to June 11th of this year. They were supposed to come out like, I think, April or March or April. Halloween Kills is October 15th of this year. Jurassic World, the Dominion, I think it's Dominion, is June 10th of 22. So a little ways of a wait for that one. Morbius got moved back. That was supposed to come out in March. That got bumped back to October 9th of this year. I've heard it's from some people online saying the movie is awful. We'll see. I don't know. Some of these movies, like they've been in the can and they're ready to come out for so long. Like who really cares anymore? That's kind of how I felt with Wonder Woman. I was like watching it. I was like, I mean, I waited all this time, and this is what we get. Like follow up to what was one of the best DC movies of all time. Anyway. Also in October, 007 got moved to October 8th of this year for now. Another delay upon delay upon delay upon delay upon delay. And they almost went to streaming too, but I think I told this story back a couple of weeks ago. But for those that didn't hear it, they were willing to sell to Netflix, Apple, Amazon, you name it. They were like, okay, we'll pony up and give you a 1-year contract where you can use this video. We want a minimum $600 million. And all of them were like, what? We paid $125 for Borat. Like, come on. The shooting range for most streaming services to try to buy a movie like that would be around 200 to 300 million, 300 million max. I think would be the total, but somewhere in the 200 range, I've heard is the sweet spot for most studios to give up their stuff to the online megacorps. Let's see, what else do we got? Fast and Furious, covered that. Flash is supposed to be coming out November 4th, 2022. That's a long ways away too. Holy shit. Which is kind of unfortunate because by the time that comes out and they're like, look, it's Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck in the same movie. We'll have already seen, ideally, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland in the same movie, as well as whatever the fuck's going to happen with the multiverse of madness, and God knows what's going to come through there. I've heard everything from Hydra Cap to Tom Cruise as Iron Man to Joaquin Phoenix as Doctor Strange, like all these alternate casting options. Whew, it's going to be nuts. All I do know for sure is with WandaVision, whatever she's going to end up doing by the end of this, it's going to bring in the X-Men, Fantastic Four, the whole rest of the universe is all going to collide in on itself. And it's going to be something. It's going to be like House of M comic book, but different. Jurassic World covered that. The Batman, which was supposed to be coming out this fall, got bumped back to freaking March 4th, 2022 now. So we got to wait even longer to see that. And then, well, it's going to be the same year as The Flash, but neither of those characters are connected. Or will they be by the end of The Flash? I mean, what are we going to get? Are Pats showing up in that movie too? Who knows? They'll probably throw everything with the kitchen sink at this shit. But Venom 2 is set for June 25th of this year. We'll see. We still don't really have gotten much out of that. I don't think we've even gotten a trailer yet, as far as I know. There's been like fan concept art I've seen of like what Carnage looks like, and a couple of like set photos where you see Woody Harrelson, but I don't recall there. I don't think there was, unless I'm completely out to lunch. But anyway, and then we still got Shang-Chi on July 9th, which again we still haven't seen anything of either. Simu Liu apparently posted something on Instagram, and he was like, "Man, the first time I put on the costume, it was fucking amazing. Like, felt so good, and I'm representing my people, and everything's amazing." And then he's like, after 5 days, he was like, "Well, get this thing off me. There's too many zippers." I mean, get what you ask for. I wouldn't mind the trade-off. If I had to wear a bat suit walking around all day, of course I say that now, but yeah, when the time comes. But anyway, so let's see. We covered all the release dates. Good. Alrighty. Blu-ray releases. I don't really know. There's much coming up. I've heard April. I've heard we're going to get Justice League on Blu-ray, the Snyder Cut in March, and then apparently Wonder Woman in April on Blu-ray. So we'll see if that's the case. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot coming up. There's one vintage release, end of February. They're releasing Pulp Fiction. No, not Pulp Fiction. Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater on Blu-ray, finally. Never been released before. Apparently, it's a remastered copy of the film. No special features except for the trailer, which sucks because they could have really done some good retros on that one. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Comes out on Blu-ray February 26th, I think. You can already buy it on DVD on Amazon for like $10. Or I think some streaming services might have like Hulu or something. I'm not sure. But amazing movie. If you ever get a chance to see it, if you haven't seen it yet, thumbs up. Definitely worth checking out. Let's see what else. Tell you what, I'll end it off. We're almost at 20 minutes. I'm going to end it off with a story of one of my regulars at Blockbuster, who was Spider Jones, radio commentator, amazing guy. Like I could literally. There were times it felt like I almost did spend like an hour talking to him. But he and I would walk around the store, just shoot the breeze. He'd be looking for movies. And he told me the story once about Mike Tyson and Wesley Snipes. And apparently, he said Wesley was down at the bar and one of Mike's girls was there and Wesley Snipes was hitting on her or something. And one of Tyson's boys called him up. He's like, "Hey, man, this is what's going on." So Tyson came on down to the bar to see what's what. And Snipes apparently was like, "Oh, yeah, you think what the fuck? Come on, what the fuck? I'm black belt in like 10 different martial arts. You don't want to do this, blah, 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 blah." And Tyson's like, "Okay, well, we'll take it to the men's room and we'll talk about it." So apparently they went into the bathroom and the door shut and all you heard was, "Boom." And they opened the door and Mike's just standing there and Snipes is lying on the ground out cold. Apparently Tyson hit him so hard he shit himself. And I guess Snipes never fucked around with one of Tyson's girls again, but I will never forget that story. I don't know if it's true. I obviously wasn't there firsthand. I wasn't one of the ones who spectated the whole affair, but what a hell of a story either way. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Leave your comments down below. If you got any good Blockbuster stories of any crazy shenanigans you got up to, either as a customer or as an employee, post on down below. like I said, we're going to keep on reminiscing from time to time on the old blue and yellow logos. I think I've actually got some of the shirts kicking around somewhere. I might wear one episode. I think I probably have, in some capacity, you've seen me wearing one of my old Blockbuster shirts. But anyway, let's wrap it up. Yeah, so gonna try to do another episode sometime sooner rather than later. I keep saying that, and I keep never doing it. Probably why it's going to take me 250 years before I get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to tune out. I'm going to have my old cup of beer here, and we will catch you next time. And